Oh baby, class number 6. Remember all the way through this whole series and even the other 2 series, I talk about one thing that's so important when using humor. Remember what that was? I'm testing you. If you set intentions, you are correct. Intentions is everything, especially if you're a healthcare worker and you're going in to give care to the person that you're caring to, and you want to try humor or do something. You go, how do I do that? I'm not sure how. What's your intention? Remember that, okay? Now, I'm going to introduce you to the man who taught me that. His name is Dr. Fred Dodinni. And then right from there, you're going to meet one of my favorite people in the whole world, Dr. Celio. If you recall, Celio is the one that his intention was to snap that woman out that tried to kill herself 100 times. I told you he's a therapist. Okay, so now you're going to introduce Fred Dodinni and Chris, and they're going to tell you from the healthcare point of view, from the doctor's point of view, about your intentions, and also what happens when it doesn't work.
I'm Dr. Fred Dodinni, and I'm a life coach and relationship and family coach. We do take a risk sometimes when we choose to see the humor in life. We risk offending people sometimes or being misunderstood or rejected by them. But people's intentions really are what make it work. As you mentioned, if our intention is just to draw attention to ourselves and to be the center of attention, people sense that. They don't appreciate the humor in that. But when your intention is to uplift others and relieve them of some of the pain and discomfort of life, that's what really makes it work. That's why humor is so great, because it levels the playing field of life. And we begin to see others as equals. And that's what people need, is to feel that they're just as strong and capable as the rest of us, and they can cope with life.
The thing that I tell my clients about laughter when I start with them is that it's very important to their growth as a person. It doesn't take away the hills that they have to climb, but it greases the wheels of their engine to get up that hill. We can't remove the hardships, but why not laugh at it and help get up that hill much quicker and easier, instead of being wallowed in the mud on the way up. Humor and trust, they're very much connected. Humor doesn't work without trust. You have to have that relationship with somebody so that they trust you. They know you're just joking, you're just trying to make them laugh, and you're trying to build the relationship. Without that trust, healing doesn't work, whether it's laughter or any other kind of healing without that trust. So I wanted to make sure to keep that trust. It's very sacred. I was doing couples counseling, and the wife in this couple, she has bipolar 1, and her manic symptoms were spiking to a point where she had to go from outpatient therapy to our day treatment program. And I was seeing her in couples counseling, and then I was also working in the day treatment program. And this is the place where in this day treatment group, in this day treatment program, I run a group called Group Laughter and Diversion. And that point of that group was just to make people laugh, to have fun, to play games. 1 hour a week of laughter, just to remind them that laughing is something that can be healing. And some of them hadn't done it for a while, so they would start laughing, and it would be a very awkward smile because they had seemingly forgotten how to laugh. So she joined the day treatment program. She was in there. In couples counseling, we would have this great banter back and forth, these jokes, this humor. In day treatment for the first couple of weeks, same banter, same jokes. But there was a week where her manic symptoms were really spiking, and she felt very vulnerable, hadn't slept in a while, or had slept maybe 2 hours a night. And we were playing this trivia game where you had to buzz in first. And for me, when I have to make people laugh, I get very nervous. I just go with whatever's on the top of my head. So I said to her, you're feeling quite manic. This is going to be easy for you to buzz in quickly. And she just blew up at me, and rightfully so. It was not the right time for that kind of a joke. It was a joke laughing with her, but laughing with her most vulnerable state. That could have worked just as well. It backfired that time. I probably have used the same line or something similar with her, different clients at different times. But just the idea to be sensitive to where they're at.
She knew your motivation for doing it,
Mm-hmm.
so it didn't. Did it wither pretty quick?
she knew why I said it, but she was still hurt for a couple of weeks. And I'm still seeing them in couples counseling. She's doing better, but it doesn't mean she doesn't bring it up from month to month, and we can't laugh about it. Now it's a source of laughter, of course, in the idea that, look, you were such a young therapist. I schooled you there. You said something bad, and I told you. So that's what she wants to laugh at. It's fun. Before I came on this film, I made sure to talk to all of these clients, and actually went through a form and had them sign consent for me to tell these stories. And I was really nervous what they would say, and if they said no, these stories would not have been told. But all of them, to each person, said, yes, I would love for my story to be told. But I really wanted them to know exactly how the stories were going to be used, because therapy is completely confidential. Nothing is supposed to leave the room unless it's a crisis. So I wanted to make sure that they knew that these were the stories I was going to tell. And they all are rooting for me and rooting for the positive effect of these stories.
It's so true, isn't it? Trust and your intentions. Everything in a relationship, whether you're caring for somebody as a professional or personally, it's all about the honesty and the trust, especially if you're going to use humor, but all about the honesty and the trust. Now, how about if you can't do that? It's just not possible with the person. What do you do with all that stuff as a healthcare provider that you're holding in? Well, I'm going to tell you right now exactly what you can do and how you can laugh at it. But it's behind the scenes, and it's the next class. See you then.